Hello, welcome to Under the First Floor Lo-Fi Podcast, shitty recordings of bands you should like. My name's David Settle, and on today's episode we have Patti out of New York City. They're an incredible, intricate post-punk band who is here on the last day of their tour, celebrating the release of their new record, Good Big, out on Erste Theke Tontraeger. They played a bunch of songs off of the record and had a lot of interesting things to say. The whole record is incredible, one of my favorites of the year, so I was very glad to have them on. And without further ado, here is their first song called Color Kill, one of my favorite songs of the year. Hope you enjoy.
I play bass in Patti.
I'm Jake. I play guitar in Patti.
I'm Charlie. I play drums and sing a little bit in Patti.
Thank you. Where are y'all from?
Well, I grew up in D.C. And moved to Oakland when I was 18, and then moved to New York a year ago.
Yeah, I grew up in the Midwest. I'm from Minneapolis. We all met in the Bay Area, though, and I also moved to New York recently, and now we're based out of New York.
And I'm from San Jose, California, which is the South Bay area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We all started in Oakland as a band,
Yeah,
and then moved to New York. What prompted the move? Felt like a change? Or?
I think so. Yeah, we all kind of felt like change things up.
I had like plans to move to New York when we started the band, and so it just kind of miraculously worked out that everyone else did too.
What's your opinion so far in a year? East Coast versus West Coast, or at least New York versus Oakland?
They're both terrible.
Yeah.
Everything sucks.
No.
New York is a lot louder.
It is louder.
It's a lot louder. People are more direct. I still feel like a newbie, but it's cool. It's fast.
I think the biggest thing I miss from the Bay is like a sense of community that you get just from living somewhere for that many years.
Yeah. How long were y'all there for?
I was there for 7.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's a big change.
Yeah. Definitely meeting folks in New York, and there's
good.
a lot of people working really hard at what they do there, which is really cool and inspiring.
I'm like a magnet, it's a wood.
y'all just literally yesterday finished up a really long tour. It seemed like 2 months long. I think I saw on the Bandcamp.
Almost like
About a month and a half.
A month and a half. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I think I saw like an older tour you going on was about that long too. So is that pretty like normal for y'all? Just tour around the country,
so far,
month and a half.
It's number 2, so we'll see.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to do it again. No, just
Never
like, no,
again.
we will, like, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. It was cool to like, definitely cool to do it the second time and like see a bunch of people we met the first time, which is really
Yeah, it was
awesome.
a little more streamlined.
Yeah.
Maybe. There's a lot of good shows.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Any that stand out?
Kalamazoo, Michigan was really fun. I think we all really enjoyed that show. Nothing crazy, but just good artists.
Good ass vibe.
Good ass vibe.
And we got put up in it was a house show, and we got put up in the house so we could all, like, cut loose fully.
Nice.
You know?
No responsibilities.
Yeah.
And there's also like, I always like it when there's kind of like a tight knit group of people, and
Yeah.
it feels like you're kind of stepping into a community and like a scene, and it felt like that there. So I enjoyed that.
Nice.
Yeah. I was blown away by this band Moat Grooves in Portland. That was like
band.
the best,
Yeah.
one of the best performances I've ever seen. I was floored.
I want to see that band so bad.
That was a
I
standout.
love them so much.
Yeah.
Do you know Nick Normal?
No.
Nick Normal's really good, too. Same show.
Another Portland
Cool.
guy, yeah.
Super cool, speedy punk shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Portland's got some good shit. Yeah. experiences?
Any terrible experiences on
Yeah.
it?
We almost lost the van
Yeah.
in Vermont
Early, yeah.
on day 3 or 4.
How?
Something broke off the engine.
Oh.
They were gonna have to take the engine out.
Gotcha.
We found this mechanic that didn't have to do that. It was gonna be, I don't know, we would have figured it
It's
out.
gonna be an ender. Oh, it almost
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
spelled the end, but then yeah, we
And it was Sunday, so there's like there were no shops open.
Yeah, where was it at?
We were in
in Vermont.
Oh, wow. So,
And we had to go to Montreal that night. We ended up renting a car. It felt like it was all these logistics,
Yeah.
and it felt like a really, really boring like spy movie. We're like, we have to get that car and like go across the border, but it's like not that exciting. No one's like
Airport.
your life's not in
No one
jeopardy or
cares.
anything.
You're going to play for
Just the
20
tour.
people.
that's
Exactly.
the best description of touring I've ever heard.
But yeah, we went to Montreal and then poutine.
Hell yeah. Worked out.
They did.
Yeah.
So y'all played a few shows in Canada? Or mostly West Coast Canada? Or East
A little bit of both.
Nice.
We did Montreal and Toronto, and then 2 shows in Vancouver.
Cool. How was that? I've never played in Canada before, but I've heard great things.
I never been to we played in Vancouver before as a band, and you guys have been to both Montreal and Toronto before, or no?
I'd been to Montreal once
Okay.
as a kid,
Yeah.
never Toronto.
I hadn't been to Montreal, Toronto, and it was pretty rad. They were both stressful.
Yeah.
In a way where it's like with the van, like we had to after Montreal, we had to go back to
All right. Yeah.
to Vermont, and then we almost had to I guess we've never canceled a show.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we thought we were gonna have to cancel the Toronto show because it's the van, but it miraculously worked out.
Sold out.
That was a funny show. We got there midnight.
Damn.
Canada's really good people too. It's just
Yeah.
when you go to Vancouver, there's all these DIY spaces that are funded by the state, and we have friends that are on state-owned record labels, and there's people that work at the DIY space. That's their
Yeah,
their part-time job.
It's pretty special.
What a
It's cool.
dream.
And just really sweet folks. Shout outs to everyone in Canada.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Really, though.
How do you pronounce your record label's name?
Oh, Erste Theke Tontraeger.
UTT.
I think. I mean,
That sounds right.
Hog,
yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Where are they out of?
Hamburg.
Okay, yeah.
Or Mannheim, actually.
Okay.
Manham.
Sonnenburg.
I've known of that label just from the bands they put out, but I don't really know much about them. But
Yeah,
So sweet.
he's a sweet man.
We put out
to meet him.
our first tape, and it was I think we put it out, not even releasing it. We just was public on Bandcamp. We were sharing it just to demo to folks, and got shared on YouTube. And we were gonna take it down. We just put it public to share it with a few people, and then before we could actually do the release, Hog had emailed us and then I want to do. Hog is at ETT. I want to do the next one. And we were all right,
awesome.
I guess now we're a band.
really
Because we were
nice
gonna maybe
to
just move to New York. It was maybe just gonna be that
that's it.
tape and then done.
Wow.
But we kind of were all right, let's do it.
Got some traction, yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
Thanks, ETT.
Also,
Yeah.
shouts out to Marble Die. I think they played or Chris from Marble Die, I think, or one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's how he found. Isn't that how he found us?
It's gotta
I think
be.
it is, yeah. Because they're on that label, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chris shared our stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Isn't YouTube great?
It really is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's so funny because it's funny how easy it is to spread punk records on YouTube now, but there's not that same thing for indie records because
Oh.
I have an indie project. I'm how do I?
Is it not? You can't do the same kind of
I don't.
thing?
I can't find. I looked through YouTube to see if there were channels Anti or Hardcore Idiot or something like that, and there's not really an indie version of that because they're all professional.
They're not anarchists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're no, take copyright, take that down.
Yeah.
record you just put out, Good Big. How did the recording of that go?
Oh man, it was really enjoyable and crazy. Yeah, our friend and producer Andrew Oswald from Oakland came out to New York, and we spent 5 days with him in our practice space, and I feel like we really used all the time we had together, like 10 to 16-hour days. Some crazy moments. Felt like we were gonna stir crazy by the end, but
Yeah, it was a lot of shit. It was, we saw a show amidst the recording.
we played a show.
We played a show
Okay.
I forgot about that.
and saw a show,
And saw a
Institute
show.
yeah.
which was
My
cool
God.
to get out of the. It was really hot. It was also like.
Oh, yeah.
When did we record? Yeah, this is May. It was May.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind
Of this year? Of
Yeah.
2019?
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was pretty spicy outside in New York.
We were like, we kept the AC off while recording.
Yeah.
So we were like constantly hot and cold, hot and cold.
Used to record in Florida. I know, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
So you recorded in May, and then the record came out in October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just sat on it for a bit.
Against the grain, watch against the spin. Face coat, paint bin, top is tight. End to end, edge to edge. Flips, flips, Vestido. End to edge, edge to edge. Down, forward, take it with you. No hesitation, put yourself just wait for. A second and 9 minutes, that's what it is. Stitch it together, wear it out, and wait for.
You're just in a van for a month and a half. What were you listening to?
A few things. One thing that stands out, I was listening to this audiobook, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, which is like, it was written in the 70s by D. Brown, who's like an Indian historian.
Okay.
And so it's just like a basically account of Western expansion
Okay.
in the late 19th century, and it's dark, but learning like so much, especially driving through the West.
Buck Owens.
Buck Owens.
Also in the West.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very West.
That's literally all we've listened to.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Just some cowboy shit. And some-
Yeah.
Well, we have this dumbass little inside joke that I think I can share where whenever we like leave a place,
Oh shit.
we'll bump
Oh yeah.
Rusted Root song.
Ding ding ding.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's the
Matilda.
perfect leading song.
Any Matilda fans?
Wow.
1995.
Was that
96.
song on the Matilda soundtrack?
Oh yeah, it's heavily featured. I think that was my introduction
Wow.
to Send Me on the Way.
Interesting.
I missed that. I was older or younger, I suppose. Ice Age.
It's a good movie. Danny
Counts
DeVito
for me.
is sick in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
such a
remember
good
that.
asshole.
Yeah. He just turned 75 today.
Fuck. No
Whoa.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's their
Happy
birthdays.
birthday.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Happy birthday,
Danny. Love you.
I always have a lot of fun with Maxine, the last song, which unfortunately you might know. I only hear part of it, so you have to go to the record and listen to it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of room for kind of like fun stuff to happen in
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah.
It's very flexible, so I always have a
Yeah.
good time with that.
Yeah, our set was pretty well rehearsed, I guess, with like transitions.
Yeah.
Or there's not a lot of like wiggle room in the songs to like improvise because they're just tight by nature. But yeah, that last one is fucked up.
We started doing this thing too. I think it's mostly it was your idea, Jake, but like where we sing quieter and like blend more, usually doubled, and I think it sounds really good. Like Is Ours Not Yes, that track, that's like a really new thing for us, but it's always like just hearing your like whispery vocals in there. It's like a really
Yeah, I thought that was a
really
cool
well.
effect actually.
Yeah.
When I was listening.
Yeah.
I never sang in a band before.
Oh,
I've
wow.
only played drums,
Dang.
so it's been interesting.
Killed it.
Yeah.
That sounded great.
You are.
On a serious note, there are like a bunch of really cool bands in New York, and I feel like it's
I was
been
gonna
cool to
ask about
move
that.
from
Yeah.
the Bay to New York. There's a bunch of great bands in the Bay, but like you get to get familiar with that sound, and then moving to New York, there's like, I think bands in New York like perform more. I don't know if it's like because
Kind of have
there's
to
a
stand
legacy
out, I
there or
think.
something.
Yeah. that
Yeah.
too,
So
Totally.
it's just been kind of like it's been cool to like see like these bands with like a different sound that you wouldn't really hear in the Bay.
Yeah.
Sort of. I felt our sound changed a little bit, kind of in response to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel
Bands like Sediment Club and those
Yeah.
kind of like noisy bands.
Yeah.
As Grayson's saying, have definitely been, I guess, I would say influential.
Nice.
Yeah.
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 I feel like there's more riffs in New York.
More riffs.
I think so.
That's fair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't have any specific examples to cite, but it just feels right to say that. compared to the Bay.
Yeah.
The Bay is like pretty strummy
Oh, interesting.
guitars.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But yeah. Just like
Not as
more
intricate.
riffs in general, like
Yeah.
just in life.
Are y'all going to take that influence of theatrics at all and enter it in?
I don't know.
I kind of felt like we were already like for the Bay Area, like a pretty theatrical band.
Yeah.
I think our whole thing has been to kind of like tear apart this like the jaded post-punk dude band. Like
Yeah, we've never really been
aesthetic a
interested
little
in
bit.
that so much.
Yeah.
Just
So,
guys just standing there like
yeah.
not caring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I feel like that's the stereotype of New York. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
I don't,
But-
yeah, it's weird.
does it not seem like that now that
There's
you're
definitely bands like that in New York.
Definitely are, yeah.
But there's also like the whole scene at the Glove. I don't know. There's definitely like a whole community of folks that
It's more art. It's just more arty, I guess. Not
Yeah.
art schooly necessarily, but just like
Yeah.
more. There's more thought put into like
Yeah.
the performance side of things.
It's a new day, it's a new day, it's a new
have y'all started working on any new stuff at all?
Can't say.
Fair enough.
We usually like whenever we practice, we'll fuck around for like 10 minutes or something, and like we usually record that stuff. And sometimes there's a good amount of songs on the record that came from that.
Nice.
So I think we have a couple of new recordings, but they sound kind of nothing cemented.
Any new directions you're trying to go in?
We're gonna use a lot of pedals on the next one. No, definitely not.
We usually just write songs off of voice memos, like kind of like average ass band style.
Yeah. We stop
and like, so they kind of just go where they go for the most part.
We jam and stop, jam and stop.
I feel like some of the more recent voice memos, there was like, not quite at Maxine level, but there was some flexible, rhythmically kind of like stretchy bits that maybe a little new.
They were trying to get people to not compare us to Uranium Club anymore. that's my...
Who do you want to be compared to?
Oh, shit. Tool.
Okay. I'll put
Anthony Braxton.
FFO Tool on this episode. Did you say Tony Braxton?
It's Anthony Braxton, the saxophone dude.
Oh, I was thinking of Tony. Wait, was
Might
there
be
like
the
a
same.
90s R&B singer? Tony
Yeah, that
Braxton?
sounds right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think
Yeah.
in terms of that. It's so hard.
Someone once said The Police, which I thought was really crazy, but kind of like that.
Yeah.
And someone said,
Was that your dad?
no, I feel like my dad knows better, actually. But, and then someone said, like The Killers at one point. I kind of like that, too, in a way.
So Tool, Killers, and Police.
Wait,
I don't know,
somebody said we want. I think he was asking who we want to sound like.
No, they just said that that's what they heard in us.
No, the question.
I know, I'm saying
okay.
maybe that.
Okay.
Take a sip, feel the heat, never change, the water's great. Take it home, feel the mood, feel the heat, feel the heat.
What was your favorite movie growing up?
Whoa.
Shrek.
The Sandlot.
Oh, man.
Sandlot, Shrek.
What did I...
I like the
know.
aging of this.
Yeah, you're not. That makes me seem like I'm like old, a lot older.
Oh yeah, I like the Sandlot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jake didn't watch movies.
I didn't do anything. I had no
Dang.
screen time.
Fair enough.
No.
I get my touch of sun, stories of my choice, I'm gonna fly. Tell everything when I die. Someone gotta manage
parting words? Any raps for this tour? Any
raps?
I didn't wrap up. I meant the way to wrap it up.
Spinach egg white.
Oh yeah, I'll put spinach feta egg white.
Oh yeah.
Definitely including that.
I don't know.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, let me say something else first.
Yeah, no, go.
Just another thanks to like a lot of people who made this possible. There's a lot of people who like in big and small ways made this possible for us. People who put us up, family members who hung out with us and put us up, people who put the shows on, did a lot of the booking for us, bands who played. There's just like so many people involved, so we're very grateful.
Yeah.
So cool. And hit us up when you come to New York.
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah. Cool.
What was your thing?
I'm not going to say it.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time.
I'll say it after this recording.
Thanks so much to Patti for coming down to the basement and playing some of their songs. Again, you can check out their new record, Good Big, on their Bandcamp, patti.bandcamp.com. And you can also find them on Instagram at patti.band. Also, a quick kind of podcast note. I only have about 5 tapes left of the compilation for the first 20 bands that were on this podcast. If you're interested and want to check it out, you can go to Bandcamp and listen to the whole release, and you can order a tape or a mix CD there. All the proceed goes to Races. We've almost raised $500 for that, and that's my goal. Probably just chip in the rest to get it up there, but thanks so much to anyone who's ordered one so far, and I'd really like to sell all of them before the end of the year, so go check that out. If you'd like to get in touch with me about the podcast, you can email at underthefirstfloor@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter at UTFF Podcast and on Instagram at underthefirstfloor. For the last couple of songs, I'm going to leave you some slightly obscure new wave post-punk bands from the late 70s, early 80s. The first one being Suburban Lawns, the song Gidget Goes to Hell. A lot of people know their first self-titled LP that came out in 1981. That was incredible. This is off their first 7-inch, though, one of their first singles, self-released on their own Suburban Industrial label in 1979. They were a new wave band from Long Beach that kind of Devo-esque, really incredible out there songs. And apparently the video for this song was played on Saturday Night Live. Must have been nice to be able to get national airplay from a self-released 7-inch back then. Hope that comes back around sometime. I guess YouTube is the next successor for that. And the last song is by the band The Plastics, a song called I Want to Be Plastic. This is off their 1980 debut release, Welcome Plastics. They were a new wave band from Tokyo, Japan, and they also played live on SCTV, which was another late night comedy show. I didn't realize there would be that connection when I picked these songs, but there you go. They're both incredible early new wave bands. Check them out. Hope you like. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you again later. Bye.
Waves.